Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Friday, May the 20th. The S&P, as you can see, is near the lows for the week and for that matter for quite a while. You can use, let's look at, we'll have to go to a weekly chart in order to see how far back we were at these levels. Right there. Let me just use the proper tool for this so we can get a proper line as a price line here. And so I start here and work it back to see when were we last at these levels, and it was here back in March of last year. So we rallied and now we're correcting. How low can we go? Well, that's hard to say, but let me remove this drawing. I'm gonna, you see this stochastic, this is the weekly chart. Let's take a daily chart, okay? I'm gonna show you how I will go about guesstimating how far down we're gonna go. These are technical analysis ideas that I have picked up over the years. I have 25 years of experience, 27 years to be precise, on the stock market. And let's see. You can see all these lines that were all violated at some point, so I don't see any point in keeping them. So I'm gonna remove those drawings and just keep the trend analysis, because that's the best way I have to give me some idea how far down are we gonna go. And the way I do that is, well, first of all, I'm gonna get rid of this technical analysis tools. The Ichimoku cloud, you can see, is leading red. That implies that it's a bear market. The stochastics had attempted to go up three times and failed, which is quite bearish, but perhaps this is, the last one, and then there will be a rally, who knows. Let me reduce all these drawings and keep only the SPY with the candlestick pattern, okay? So studies, edit studies, and let's get rid of this other volume. I don't need that. Lower volume, however, in the Ichimoku. Let's remove that and keep the plain chart. And you can see that I've used the trend analysis. The way I've done that is I draw a line between the highest high and the second highest, okay? And then from the lowest low to the lowest low, and you can see, you can instead of doing that, just duplicate the top line and bring it down, and that's exactly where I am, okay? This point here is critical, where the trend line is met, okay? That's my lowest low here. Oops. Let's take this drawing tool and draw a little circle here. There. Let's move up again, deselect, zoom out. There, okay. So that's my point there, all right? And I can select this area. Good. All right, now you can choose the Fibonacci tool, this tool here, Fibonacci extensions, okay? And you click here on the top line, on this second line, and that forms is acknowledging that, and then I'll go to the top again, and that creates this Fibonacci numbers, okay? You can see that the 100 coincides with my trend analysis, 100. This would be a strong support. There should have been a bounce from here. Perhaps we're doing a double bottom here, and perhaps the rally would happen from here. That's one alternate, that's one possibility. So you can draw a line here or draw a circle. Okay, that's my first target was met. Okay, now that it's being violated, we can say, well, perhaps it will try to go to the 127. That's the second target to be met, this time a little further out, and perhaps the trend line would move strongly enough to match that. And then there is the 161 is another possible. 161.8 is a Fibonacci number. 161 I think is not a proper Fibonacci, but it is a ratio that would be helpful, and I always have it there in case you have a bounce from there. Okay, so we may have a bounce from here. I think if it breaks below the 385.15, then it will go to the next step, and then if it violates that, then it will go to the next step down. Okay, but always respecting the trend analysis. And when it's broken, now you have a new low, this is no longer valid, this other trend line. You have a new trend line, and then you would use that second trend line to look for a maximum top. Okay, so eventually we could do this. Take this line here, this line there, duplicate and take that up right there, and then this becomes the resistance above which it will be a violation of our trend line. Okay, so you keep drawing this trend and observing. All you can do is observe. Nobody really knows where the bottom will actually occur. You just have guesses that this is a strong support area, and so is where we are right now, and we might be making a double bottom, and that's where the market will bounce from. It would have to bounce right away though, and the news are not reassuring. Okay, so what does that tell me? Well, let's go to the monitor tab and say, well, we've been losing big money this year. Overall, I've lost $2,890. At some point, I had that much in profits, now evaporated. This is why we're talking about long term. Long term is what matters to us. Or we are simply accumulating, like putting money in the bank that you don't intend to touch. So this is just interesting to see. This technique is that you will eventually, at some point between now and 10, 20 or 30 years from now, this number will become more than positive and compensate. All you're doing is saving money, storing money into your account, and you expect to make more money than simply putting it on a CD. Well, you should have money on a CD as well. But for the time being, I'm going to add another $500 to my account. And yeah, it takes courage to go and put some more, but I tell you, that's what makes successful traders. Okay, so let's adjust the cash by adding $500. Successful traders or successful investors don't buy when the market is at the top, they buy it at the bottom, okay? Or because we don't know, they buy it as well as the top as at the bottom. Okay, now we have $781, and I'm gonna buy just one more share of the S&P. So buy, and we're gonna just buy one, and that's $385. Okay, so this is a strategy, folks. As painful as it might seem, you're just buying at the bottom, better than buying at the top only, right? So that's what you're doing. And even if it seems like wasteful right now, this is what you are supposed to do. That's the strategy. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.